All right. Good morning. I'm Mike Downey, the Chief Engineer for the Pacifica, and I'm here to talk to you about the engineering that the team's done for the Pacifica. So we were, several years ago, engineering team was extremely excited and very proud that we had the opportunity to be the group that was going to engineer the next generation of minivan. As you know, Chrysler invented the minivan. We invented the entire segment. So the pride that we feel and the responsibility that we feel to this car is tremendous. So the team really embraced that, and we really wanted to make it absolutely the very best minivan that there is in the world. We've had many other competitors come and go into the segment, and our feeling was this minivan had to be the best minivan in the world. We owed it to the heritage of the Chrysler brand in order to accomplish that. And as you see here, and I think as you're going to drive fairly shortly, we think we accomplished our goals. The couple of the very biggest goals that we wanted to achieve for the minivan was superior ride and handling, and then also superior quietness. Those were the underlying aspects of this car, what we wanted to really engineer into the DNA of it. And with ride and handling, with quietness, the first point that we started on was the architecture of the vehicle. That's the backbone of the car, and from a ride and handling and quietness, that needs to be absolutely solid. Without a great architecture, you can't have a great car on top of it. So we were able to embark on an all-new architecture. So this car represents an entirely new architecture for the minivan segment from the ground up. And it all starts for a minivan architecture inherently. All minivans, regardless of who engineers the minivan, really struggles with having a sliding door in the middle of the vehicle. From minivan itself, that breaks the backbone of a structure. And in general, it creates minivans' ride and handling quality that may not be as strong as a sedan that allows structure to be in the middle of the car. So that's the inherent minivan engineering struggle. But we turned that struggle actually with our stow-and-go seating tubs. We turned that into an advantage. We took the stow-and-go seating tubs, which could be a back breaker, and we turned it into the backbone of the car. Our stow-and-go tubs are steel. They are the center structure of the vehicle, and it allows the center portion, which inherently wouldn't in a minivan doesn't have structure, and turn it into the most structural component of the architecture itself. So that created that. We knew we had a backbone from there. We then moved onto the back of the car from the rear suspension. We have an all-new independent rear suspension with a twist blade construction. And we have a very unique suspension bushing attachment. We have what we call a comfort link bushing. So in general, ride and handling are trade-offs from each other. And as you engineer a car, the ride, you want soft bushings, so a lot of compliance so you don't feel the bumps. But for steering, you want a very, very tight bushings. Those two tend to trade off each other. And if you have a tight steering, generally you have ride harshness. So we did something very unique. We turned the single bushing that attaches the suspension to the body and turned it into two bushings we call our comfort link. That allowed us to tune each one of those two bushings for their specific purpose. So we were able to have our ride bushing be soft while the steering bushing is very firm. And that allows us to achieve both great ride softness as well as the tight steering. And the results, as I think I'm convinced you're going to feel, is a minivan that feels like you're driving a sedan. It's got that very tight steering, very precise steering, as well as a very soft ride and low harshness as you go over bumps. So as the team did the architecture first, as we built that backbone, and we drove our mules, and we said, wow, we got it. We felt we had it. We had an outstanding architecture to build on. So from there, we said, hey, we've got to put a top hat on it. We need to put a minivan on top of it. And from there, we ended up, a lot of the theme was efficiency. We knew we needed to take weight out. We knew we needed to have unsurpassed fuel economy. So we looked at a lot of cues for weight. And we put weight savings opportunities in every place we could. Used aluminum a lot. We used magnesium a lot. So we have an aluminum hood. We have an industry-first all-aluminum sliding door. And we have, for our liftgate, very unique, we have a magnesium liftgate inner with an aluminum outer. The suspension also is aluminized. We have aluminum knuckles and also aluminum lower control arms. So all told, as well as the application of about 72% high-strength steel, where we put the strong parts where they need to be strong, and we put the light parts where we could be light. All told, from the existing Town and Country, we took out nearly 250 pounds from the existing Town and Country. So quite an accomplishment with the ability to not only save weight, but also achieve great performance. Overall, with that body structure, and even by reducing nearly 250 pounds, we've doubled the torsional stiffness of the vehicle versus the existing car. And that's how you really can feel it when you do the driving experience. So from there, having a great car and a light car, and needing to have unsurpassed fuel economy, you need to have a great powertrain combination, and we have that. We put in the upgraded Pentastar V6 engine. It's more powerful, it's lighter, and it's more efficient than the current Pentastar. And that's made it up to our 9-speed torque flight transmission as well. So with lighter car, better upgraded powertrain, the last element from a fuel economy is aerodynamics. And we worked our butts off on aerodynamics. We had over 400 hours of wind tunnel performance of every little detail, working very closely with the design office. Every contour, every way in which the air needs to stay attached to the vehicle was analyzed and tested and validated from the front end, as Mark mentioned, through the mirrors. We have a full belly pan, and if you get a chance to look underneath the van in a convenient moment, you can just see the aero treatments that we've got. The entire underneath of the car is closed off from an aero treatment standpoint. Bottom line, we've achieved a 0.3 CD for the Chrysler Pacifica. Frankly, an unheard of number for a minivan. Best in the minivan segment, better than a lot of cars that you can see around. So that work and the engineering and the amount of detail working together between design office and engineering really makes us proud. And at the end of the day, with the lighter weight, with the improved aero, the more efficient engines, we've achieved an unsurpassed fuel economy for the gas car. While we're working through the gas car too, we also have a really exciting opportunity, as we've been mentioning, for the hybrid car. Another incredibly exciting opportunity as an engineer to be able to work on the first minivan hybrid. A lot of pride that we've got in that, and we take that responsibility very seriously. The hybrid car, outstanding from a daily function. It has 30 miles all electric range. So think about that as it's your car, right? So as long as you go under 30 miles in a day, you never have to go to the gas station. So you wake up, you drop your kids off to school, you come back home, you go to the grocery store, pick up your kids, drop your kids off at soccer, you come back home at the end of the day. Less than a 30-mile trip, and you do that all week, you've used no gas. So we think the practicality of that and the usage for this sort of vehicle is just going to be outstanding for a lot of lifestyles that we've got. It's 80 miles per gallon MPG City, and then the 30-mile all-electric range, as well as having a 16-kilowatt lithium-ion battery. So this car and this package is extremely exciting. It's a groundbreaking vehicle that we're really excited to be working on.